Good morning, everybody. How are you? I am Chad Thibodeau. Welcome to another Monday Morning Mentor. So glad that you guys are here. If you guys are watching this live, today is Monday, December 1st. It is the last month of the year, and it just blows my mind how fast time flies. And time flying is both good and bad, right? It's good because we've probably had a really good time. We've accomplished a lot. But it's bad because it reminds you that you just have just a little bit of time. Here's what happens around this time of year. What happens around this time of year, especially as a business coach, is we begin punting. We begin pushing everything to the end, right? We begin saying things like, "Oh, well, I'll just do it next year." And what I want to communicate with you is today, being Monday, December 1st, before January 1st comes, you actually could have a lot of life shifting and life changing momentum inside of your life. I was coaching someone the other day, and this particular person asked me if they thought it was possible for them to make, $100,000 over the next several months. And I said, to be honest with you, I think you can make $100,000 over the next several weeks if you'll implement a strategy that I'm going to give you. So I'm going to give you the first part of that strategy that I was able to give this particular person, and it's the beginning of momentum in your particular business. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching you today a concept called the phases of tribe building and how to attract a small group of people who pay you quite a bit of money, okay? And so I'm going to be showing you that today. So if you're interested in that, let me know who you are, where you're watching from. Give me some hearts, give me some likes, ask plenty of questions in the comments. At the end of my training today, I'll go back in the comments and I'll try to answer just as many of those questions as possible. But I'm going to go ahead and do this training, and if you guys have been following me for any length of time, you know that I do an introduction, then I sort of catch my breath, and then I'll go in and I'll do a formal training. The reason is because I take that formal training out, we edit it, we polish it, we put it inside the library of our Launch Fuel / Night School program, so you can have access to it 24/7, 365. In fact, all of the teachings and trainings that I've done on my Monday Morning Mentor are inside of Launch Fuel / Night School, along with all my core curriculum, along with individual coaching, Q&A, etc. So if you want to know more information about that, just put the word fuel inside the comments or shoot me a DM, and I'll reach out to you and let you know a little bit about that. But let's jump right into our training today. Into our training today that I'm calling How to Build a Tribe That Pays You. Today what I would want to do is I want to walk with you guys through a process of building a tribe that pays you. Now, quick question. What converts better, warm audience or cold audience? Any guesses? Yeah, absolutely a warm audience, okay? And I was born at night, but not last night. And so my thing is if a warm audience converts better than a cold audience, then logic would tell me that what we need to do is we need to go out there and we need to build more warm audience, more warm traffic. Because I'd much rather sit in a room of 12 to 15 people who already know me, okay, who already like me, who already trust me, maybe even who's already bought from me. I'd much rather be in a small room of 12 to 24 people who are like that, as opposed to being in a room of several hundred who have no clue who I am. They don't trust me. They don't know me, because I'm going to end up converting more people from the small group than the large group, okay? And so there's a little common concept out there that says if warm audience will convert better than cold audience, then do one strategy to your warm audience and then do another strategy to your cold audience. And what I want to tell you is, no, don't do that. And so I'm going to walk you through the phases of tribe building today, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do at every phase so you know. And if you follow this strategy, I really believe it's going to help you make a ton of sales inside of your business and inside of your business quickly. But in order to do that, I have to go to my whiteboard. So I'm going to open up my whiteboard, and I'm going to show you this concept, because you have to know how people think, okay? So I'm going to draw some circles on the board here, and I apologize. I'm not the best. I'm not the best artist, but I'm hoping that my little machine here, sort of makes things better for me. So here we go. You'll get the idea. Oh, look at this. See, it's taking my really bad drawings, and it's making them better. Look at that. Man alive. Woo! So beautiful, okay? These are obviously 5 concentric circles. This is not the Target logo, contrary to popular belief. This is 5 concentric circles. This is actually the way I want you to envision your tribe. So we have an outer circle all the way to an inner circle. And here's what this looks like. So I'm going to see if I can make my pen a little bit smaller so I can write. So out here is what we call the crowd, okay? The crowd. This is a group of people, okay? So we know that there's a crowd. This is a lot of people. Most of these people have no idea who you are. A lot of us run Facebook ads to the crowd, right? Then from here you have a community, right? So a community, like for instance, so I'm a coach, I'm a digital marketer, that type of thing. And so a community could be digital marketers, coaches. And then you have the third phase, which is what we call congregation. I can't write this. Okay, congregation. Okay, these are people who they look at you like you're their preacher, so to speak. Like they follow you, and they're in this little community together, and you are their leader. And then you have committed. Okay, then you have the committed, okay? These are people who've purchased from you. And right here in the middle, you have what's called the core, okay? So when you're thinking of people, when you're thinking of audiences, I want you to think in this process, okay? Let me just make this a little bit bigger so you can read this, okay? I think you can see that a little bit better there, okay? So you can read it. So I want you to think about the crowd. So first, the crowd, these are people that you're not going to sell to, okay? You're not going to sell to the crowd. This is lots and lots and lots and lots of people, and quite honestly, you can't afford to advertise them. You just can't. The community is really where I want your outside focus, okay? The community is your outside focus. And the point of the community is just simply to get them into your congregation, okay? Into your congregation. So I want you to think like a church just for a second. In fact, I got this idea, I got this diagram. It was for a whole other purpose, but from Rick Warren, when he wrote Purpose Driven Church, he actually used a very similar illustration of this. He was using it for another reason, and I'm like, man, that works so much in marketing. That works perfect in marketing. So I want you to think of like the goal of all your messaging and all your marketing is to simply get people into your congregation, into your church, into your small room, into your presence. Because if you can get them here, then you can communicate with them. So like for instance, like if you were at Disney World, okay? You were at Disney World and you see all those people at Disney World. That's what we would call like the crowd, right? There's just tons of people around. Okay, and if you were to communicate a message to them, you're going to have a lot of infrastructure, a lot of money, a lot of everything to try to communicate with every single person in that crowd. You're going to need resources and people, not megaphones, but like sound systems. Like you're going to need a lot in order to communicate with all of those people. A community, though, is a little bit different, right? So a community could be like the people on your tram. Okay, people on your tram. But the congregation are the people on your tram at Disney World who all have purple or blue Cavu shirts on, right? That's your congregation, okay? And so let me ask you this question. If you were to try to make some money, okay, who would it be easier to sell to? Would it be easier to sell to the crowd, to the community, or to the congregation? And the right answer is the congregation, okay? It's going to be so much easier to sell to these people right here, okay? The reason is these people actually believe you, okay? Because they know you. They know you. And so when we're talking about building a tribe, this is the level that I'm talking about building. I'm talking about building this group right here, the congregation, the people who know you, follow you, like you, trust you. This is a small group of people. It doesn't have to be a lot, Okay. In fact, we call it Tribe 100. In fact, I believe that if you can get 100 people at this level, I can take those 100 people and turn it into at least $100,000. So when that gal asked me the other day, do you think that I can make $100,000 over the next period of time? And I said, I think you can make $100,000 in the next couple of weeks. The reason why I can have confidence in saying that is because I'm not trying to get her to make $100,000. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get 100 people in that congregation. Because if I can get 100 people inside of this congregation, then I can take this 100 people and I can turn it into $100,000. So this is why we call this Tribe 100. We call it Tribe 100 because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get 100 people in our congregation to know us, like us, trust us, follow us, and ultimately buy from us. So we're not going to spend money. We're not going to spend money at this level. We're not going to run ads to this level. It's too big. We're not going to, and if we run ads to this level, which you can do, we're not going to try to sell them anything. What we're going to do is we're going to run ads to try to build our congregation. Because if I can get 100 people in my congregation, I can make $100,000. Okay, I want you guys to write that down somewhere. Okay, and I want you to follow along because I'm going to show you how what we do to make this happen. Okay, the first thing you have to know is when it comes time for for thinking of the Tribe 100, we're going to break it down into a few categories. Okay, so we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one is what we call our first 10, okay? Our first 10. The first 10 is we're trying to just simply get our first 10 people inside of our congregation, okay? People who know you, like you, trust you, follow. You should be able to do that with a Facebook post or two, maybe a tweet, maybe an Instagram reel, something. All I want you to do is I want you to focus on your first 10. Who do you know that needs to be in your congregation? And here's how you determine that. Because your product or your information will help them. Okay? Who do you know in your inner circle, 10 people, that your product or your information or even your presence will help them? Okay, who do you know? So what you're going to do is you're going to come and you're going to make a list, and we're going to call it our first 10. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I'm not going to do this for all 100, but you'll get the idea. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through your social media and you're going to write the first 10. Now, who should be on this list of 10? The people who should be on this list of 10, as I said earlier, are people that know you, like you, trust you, and your information and your product will help them. So I want you to take some time and I want you to write the first 10. And then I'm going to show you a little bit later what we're going to do with these first 10. So when we talk about getting a congregation and we talk about Tribe 100, we're going to get 100 because we're going to take these 100 and turn into $100,000. But I want you to focus on your first 10. This is something that you guys can accomplish, and you can accomplish it today. So when I talk about today being the 30 days before the end of the year, okay, and you can make plenty of money between now and the end of the year, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to focus on your first 10. So on day 1, you're going to list all 10 people in your inner circle who already know you, like you, trust you, follow you. So in other words, you shouldn't have to introduce yourself to any of these 10. They should already know you. They should already like you. They should be more than familiar with you. And your information or product can help them. Okay, so I want you to take some time to think about who are your first 10, okay? Once we get the first 10, then what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to them, and you should be able to reach them via DM or text message. You're going to reach out to them via direct message or text message. Well, Chad, I don't really have their phone or their DM. Then they don't belong in your first 10, okay? If you don't have their direct message and you don't have their phone number, they don't belong in your first 10. Okay, these are super warm people right here. You know that your product and your information can help these people. Your first 10, who are they? And you're going to reach out to them, and you're going to send them a direct message, and you're going to send them a text message, okay? And you're going to warm them up, and then you're going to have a conversation with them, and you're going to tell them about whatever it is you're launching, and you want them to be one of your first 10. Okay, you're not going to hide anything. You're not going to trick them. You're going to tell them, hey, Susie, hi, hey, how are you? Hey, I'm kids good, husband good, fantastic. Hey, are you still trying to do XYZ? Awesome. I've got something that I'm putting together that I think would be really useful to you, and I think I would love to have you be one of my first 10. Do you have 15 minutes, 20 minutes today for me to jump on a phone call and see if I can help you with XYZ? And if I can help you, then this may be a good product for you. And if not, then I'd just love to coach you for free, right? Whatever, right? You're just going to reach out to them, really simple, really casual. You don't need a script. You don't need anything fancy. Why? Because they're your first 10. They already know you. There's no tricks here, okay? There's no polish here. It's really rough, but you can do it because it is your first 10. And remember, all we're trying to do is get 10 people into our congregation, okay? Our congregation. Now, let me show you something that I think would be really helpful for you. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you these concentric circles, but I'm gonna show them to you a little bit differently, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna show you this, and this is a little graphic that I put together that what are they trying to do? So on the outside, if you remember this right here, the curious, okay, these are strangers, okay? These are strangers. They don't know you, but maybe they see something from you. Maybe they watched a training. Okay, that's what they did. They watched a training. Maybe they saw YouTube. Maybe they saw a video like this. Maybe they saw you on a podcast. Maybe they saw you somewhere. All they did was just watch something of yours. Okay. Yeah, I think I've heard of that Chad guy. I think. Oh man. Who is that guy? Right. So they're curious, but they don't really know. So at that level, they need to get something. Okay, they need to get something. So what they're going to do is your long form content, your short reels, your stories, that's all designed for these people right here. Okay, the outside people, the community, the crowd who is just simply curious. That's it. But how are we going to get them to the next level? How are we going to get them to opt into your email list? Well, they need to get something. And when they get something, then we want them to follow us. And we know that they are cautious. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to move them from the crowd to the community right here by giving them something for free. Okay. So one of the things, and this is going to be remember, these are strangers. They don't know you. We're not going to spend our time on a phone with these people because they don't know you, okay? So at this particular level, the opt-in to your list level, you're going to give them something for free. So you're going to give them a tool or a template or some more organized information that's solid enough for them to be able to give you their information in order to receive the information you want to give them, okay? And then what you're trying to do there, you're not trying to sell them, you're simply trying to get them to follow you. That's it. All you're trying to do is you're trying to get them to follow you, okay? That's what we're trying to do here. Now, once they've watched some trainings of yours and maybe they've gotten a piece of information of yours, okay? Then what we want to do is we want them to join our group or join our congregation. Okay, we want them to join something that's yours. So what I like to do is after I give them something for free, right? So let's say that I've got like, it would be something like this. I got to put on my radio voice here because this is sort of how I would present it. So a few years ago, I built 13 funnels for Russell Brunson's cookbook project and then his mother funnel project that he had. And I created a webinar funnel that Russell Brunson said was one of the best webinar funnels he had ever seen, and he gave me an award for that particular funnel. He actually paid me $500 as a cash prize for winning this particular award, and he named it a top 6 design in all of ClickFunnels. Okay. So let's say that I've got that little tool, right? So what I could do is I could come and say, hey, everybody, Chad Thibodeau here, business coach, launch strategist, ClickFunnels, top 30 designer. And I just built a webinar funnel for the king of marketing, Russell Brunson himself. And he said that this funnel that I built was one of the best funnels that he had ever seen. And I actually won the competition for best webinar funnel. And he paid me $500 reward money for that. Plus, he named it a top 6 design in all of ClickFunnels. And I want to give you this particular tool absolutely free. Who wants it, right? So that's giving a template away. I'm going to offer that to the crowd and to the community because I'm trying to just simply get their information. So I'm going to give them something of value in order to get their information. But what do I do next? There's a point. I'm not trying to make money off of those people. What I want to do is I want to sift through those people to see which ones of those belong in my congregation. And I want to guard my congregation with my life. I don't want riffraff in there. I only want people who know me, like me, trust me, follow me inside of my congregation. So here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to say, hey, now that you got my template, join my Facebook group, join my circle, join my school. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give them something of value that would bore them spitless if they're not interested, but will rock their world if they are. So then what I would do is I'd probably do a training. I'd come on and say, hey guys, thanks so much for getting this particular template. So glad that you guys have it. Hey, I've got 2 things for you that I want to give you. Okay, the first thing is we do a thing called Funnel Friday, where I take my funnel builder, my funnel designer, inside of my Launch Fuel group. And then every Friday, what he does is he comes on and he shows you how to take that funnel, design it, optimize it, and make it highly converting. I'd like to give you access this Friday to my funnel expert absolutely free. Okay. Second thing I want to give you is I actually put together a 45-minute training to show you how to use webinars and the template that you just got to be able to get your next 10 clients. I want to give that to you absolutely free. Now, there's only one place you can get this because I only give this to people in my inner circle. The only place that you can get this is inside of my group. So if you're interested in speaking with my funnel builder and you're interested in learning how to take that webinar template that I just gave you and turn it into your next 10 clients, click the button below. There's a short 4-question application you're going to have to fill out. And if approved, we're going to put you inside of our group, okay, where you can now have access to that training for free and have access to my funnel builder this coming Friday. If you want that, click the button below, answer those 4 questions, and we'll get you inside there. See you there. Okay. Now, what that does is that makes sure that the people coming inside my circle, inside my clan, the people joining my group, actually want to learn. See that? That's the point. This is not a big, expansive, how can I get 10,000 people in? No. That's just more of the crowd. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get these people into your congregation. So like if you remember the diagram that we gave you, so like if we remember this, okay, so what we're trying to do is the crowd right here, okay, the crowd, this group of people right here, they're just going to consume your information. They'll watch your podcast, they'll watch you on a YouTube, they'll watch your reels, your shorts, whatever. They're over here, and you're going to use a lead magnet, a template, or a tool to get them to see if they are part of your community, and then you're going to give more training, okay, to get them to join your congregation. Okay, so you see, you're going to move them here. Okay, so your goal here is to get 100 people, Tribe 100, into your congregation. But you want 100 people who already know you, like you, trust you, follow you. And the way that you vet those people is by making them jump through some hoops. Now, the reason why we make it difficult to get inside of your congregation is because we don't want a congregation of looky-loos. We want a congregation of participants. Because when they participate, the chances of them buying are greater. Okay, they're greater. Okay, and so this is what we mean by congregation. So if we go back to our diagram that I was showing you earlier, okay, if you go back to this diagram here, If you go back to this diagram here, you can see then that they're going to watch some kind of training, okay? And this is generic training, right? So like what I'm giving today is a perfect type of training for this group of people, okay? Give this group of two people. They're going to opt into your list by getting something for free, like a tool or template, and that tool and template needs to be married to what you're ultimately going to sell, by the way. And then in order to join your group, it's going to make whatever you gave them for free, it's going to make it come alive. So for instance, if I was giving a webinar funnel template, one that won an award, okay, the one that Russell Brunson called the best webinar funnel template he had seen, the one he paid me $500 cash because I won the award, and the one that is on display inside of the ClickFunnels, you want that? Great, opt in. Now I'm going to show you how to get your next 10 clients using that particular template, and I'm going to give you direct access to my funnel builder on our Funnel Friday, who's going to show you how to optimize that for high conversions. If you want in, fill out a 4-question application and join my group. Okay, so see here, when I get them in the clan, I'm not just trying to build a tribe for tribe's sake. I'm trying to get people who want to learn from me. Because when they consistently learn from me, the next step is they're going to trust me. They're going to trust me, okay? And so then I can move them to the next phase, which is commit, okay? Which is commit. I can move them to that phase, and I can do that by having them buy something. They can purchase a course, they can purchase a training, they can purchase group coaching. They're going to purchase something from me, okay? And when I do that, now I've sort of got them, I know that I have their trust, and they have bought from me, okay? Once they've done that, I would like to have every discovery call that I do, if possible, be a buyer. The reason is because buyers become buyers at a much greater rate than strangers who become buyers. This is why we say warm audience converts better than cold audience, right? Because chances are they've already broken that psychological trust barrier. They've already broken that, and they're more likely to buy. So a rule of thumb is eventually, you can't do this at first, but eventually you would like all of your discovery calls to be people who've already purchased something from you. Even if it's a $7, a $10, a $15 product. The reason is because they've broken the psychological barrier of taking money out of their bank account and putting it into your bank account, okay? And then it's easier to get them to purchase your high-ticket product. Why? Because they've already paid you. You've already delivered. You've already helped them, okay? So this is what I want you thinking about when you're trying to build a tribe. I don't want everybody in my circle, okay? I want the right body in my circle. You'd rather have a congregation of 12 to 24 of people who've gone through this process than you would to have a congregation of 200 who just signed up because they signed up for everything. Okay? This is what you want. So this is why with confidence, I can come back and I can say, hey, listen, you get 100 people inside of your congregation, I can turn that 100 people into $100,000, maybe even in as little as 30 days. I can do that. But you got to follow this process, okay? You got to follow this process. Because once you get them here, now your work shifts, okay? So once you get them here, so for our example, once they've downloaded the webinar template, okay, so once they watch me teach on webinars, okay, maybe a whiteboard, I don't know why I'm using color. Once they saw me teach on webinars, okay, once they got my template, and now they've watched the training and decided they want to meet with my funnel guy on Friday, now I can let them inside my congregation. The questions I'm going to ask them are going to be very non-intrusive, okay? Do you plan on building, like let's say I was doing webinars, do you plan on doing a webinar in the next 30 days? Okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that that webinar will convert? Would you... Can I offer you a complimentary coaching session to show you exactly how to ensure that your webinar converts? Okay, and then what's your email address? That's it. Those are like the 4 questions that I would ask to get them in. They answer those 4 questions. Now they're in my congregation. Now what I got to do is I work with them once they're in my congregation. I work with them to get them on a call, okay, or to buy something small. See how that rhymes? Buy something small, get them on a call. Okay, that's the formula. Okay, so you want them to buy something small. Now, why do you want them to buy something? You want them to buy something because buyers become buyers at a much higher conversion rate than strangers. Okay, buy something small, get on a call. Okay, buy something. That's what you're trying to do with people inside your congregation. Is you want to see if you can get them to buy something small and get on a call. Okay. Then once they've done that, now you know they're at the committed level. Okay, they're at the committed level. Okay, and at the committed level here, if you go back to our our graphic here, at this committed level, you want them to purchase something, get on the training, or get your group coaching. Okay, get your group coaching. So you don't have to go from stranger to template and from template to 25K. This is a great opportunity to sell your $2,000 to $5,000 program. Okay, and inside of our mid-ticket mastery, we show you how to create a $2,000 to $5,000 coaching program. This is a great place to sell that right here. Okay, this is a great place to sell that. Okay, you can sell that on that call. Buy something small, get on a call, and on that call, you sell them this level right here, your $1,000 to $10,000 product. Okay. Then once they've gotten that and you've helped them, then it's really simple to get them to upgrade to your high ticket. Okay? More times than not, when you're on that discovery call and you're telling them about your high ticket, more times than not, they want to skip this level and go right to this level, and you can let them. You can let them. Okay? But so when you're trying to make money building a tribe, this is how you do it. Okay, this is how you do it. So I'm gonna go back to my little graphic here. So I want you to think like this. Okay, so what you want to do today is I want you to make a list of your first 10. Now, who are the people who should belong in this first 10? They already know you. And you know that your information and your product can help them. You're going to make a list of those 10. And you're going to reach out to them, send them a DM and text message. And what you're going to do is you're going to sort of bypass, because they already know you, you're going to sort of bypass this level right here, and you're going to invite them here. Okay? You're going to invite them here to your congregation. You're going to invite them to be part of your circle. Okay? And so you're going to have something ready for them. I'm happy to help you get something ready. This doesn't need to be super polished. This could be an ad hoc training like I'm doing right now. Okay, you just need something that they can come into, and then they can look forward to it. And these are the people then that you're going to be able to sell your $3,000 or $1,000 to $10,000 coaching program to, is the committed. Okay, and what you're going to find is about half of them will jump to the next level and say, you know what, I really want access to you. I really want your high ticket program, and that's where you can get them in the core. Okay, that's where you get them into the core. So this is the kind of stuff that I want to be able to help you with, okay? So a few questions I want you to ask yourself right now, okay? Number one, do I have a coaching program that you can charge $1,000 to $5,000 for? If not, I want you to send me a DM, and over the next 7 days, I want to help you build that. I want to help you create that, okay? Do I have a product that I could sell between $1,000 and $5,000 that I have the utmost confidence in that this is going to help, okay? I want that. So we need to build that. Step number 2 is, do I have something that I can give people inside my inner circle, okay, inside my inner circle, that they then can buy something small so I can get them on a call and sell them my coaching program? Do I have that? If not, I want to help you build that in the next 7 days, okay? Then the third thing is have I identified who my community actually is, and do I have a thing or two that I can give them that makes them aware of who I am and actually helps them, and is this aligned with what I'm ultimately going to sell? If not, I want you to reach out to me, and I want to help you get that in the next 7 days. Then the last question you're going to ask is, what am I doing to show up right here? What am I doing to show up right here so I can invite people to get into my community by giving them a lead magnet, so then I can warm them up inside my congregation, okay, by giving them training and access to a team member, and then what am I selling them here, okay? That's what I want you to think about today. You don't need 100 right now, but I promise you, you get 100 people go through that, you will turn that into $100,000, okay? What I want you to focus on today is I want you to focus on your first 10. okay, for your first 10. Who are they? I want a list. I want a list. In fact, for some of you watching this, I would like for you to DM me the first name for accountability reasons. Shoot me a direct message with the first names of your 10. Don't put them in the public. Put them in my DM. Give me the first names of the 10 people in your first 10, okay? And when you reach out to me, I'll know you're serious. And I'll show you what to do with these first 10, how to reach out to them, how to DM them, how to text them. I'll show you that and how to get them inside your congregation. And that'll be the first 10 of your Tribe 100, and we'll be well on our way. We'll be well on our way to making $100,000 by building a group, a community of 100 people. I hope this was helpful for you today. All right, guys, I'm going to see if I can get on. If you guys have any questions, shoot me. Go ahead and put them in the comments, and I'll try to answer those. If you guys are in night school, I'll be right in there, and we can do a Q&A session as well. So, guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you could see the benefits of this. I have helped people do this exact thing for so many years, and I want to be able to help you as well. I've got an entire awesome program that I'm offering. It's $7,200. Black Friday special is you can get the mastery level for the self-study price of $29.97. It's awesome. It's a full-blown 12-week course designed to do this exact thing with you and to help you make $100,000 by getting a tribe of 100 people. We'll work on your first 10, your second 20, your third 30, your fourth 40. That's the process that we go. We start with your first 10, and my belief is that you should be able to get your first 10 in the next couple of days, and we'll spend the next 30 days building out your stuff so you can make plenty of money even before the end of the year. If this excites you and you like it, I want you to shoot me a DM right now, and I'll reach out to you in my DMs. We'll have a good conversation. And I'll walk you through this process, okay? And I'll show you exactly how it's done. All right, guys, God bless you. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for your support. Hope everything is going well with you. And don't ever hesitate to reach out because I'm just one phone call away from helping you guys get your life and your business to the next level.